Hey, beautiful people. I think I got my nerves out with the first video I filmed. Hey, y'all. So you ain't saw my face in a while. I wanted to do a book haul because, you know, feeling kind of down. And I'm like, well, let's talk about books because that's going to bring me joy. That's going to bring me joy. So let's do that. The thing about this book haul that I want to point out really quick is that almost every last one of these books have been thrifted in some way. Like I have a couple books that I got at the dollar store. They do a book sale here in my area and the books are no more than like $5. Or if you go on like one of the last days, you can just fill up a whole big bag for like $10 or $5, I think it is. And like you can get some amazing books. I saw some still in plastic. I do have just a couple books that, whoa, this book I actually bought full price from Target because you ever just find a book and you're like, my spirit needs this now, not later, but now? That's this book for me. And I had started reading this from the library, but I'm telling you, like, I just have to take my time with this book. And I just felt like it kept getting snatched from me at the library. And so I was like, you know what? No, need it myself. So this is the Body Keeps Score, the Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. And like I said, I just feel like this is just everything that I need right now. So I've started reading it. I'm not that far into it. We'll talk more about it in like what I'm currently reading / reading plans for July, because I did see that request. I've just been on the struggle bus, but I'm absolutely going to film a currently reading / July reading plan. So please stay tuned for that. So we'll talk about that more in there. And then the other two books, these were full price books, but actually these were gifted to me. So the first one is Before I Let Go. Now this one my library had, and I actually listened to the audiobook of it. And when I tell you I was enchanted by this book, like I had never read anything by Kennedy Ryan. And now that I've read these two books, I'm going to read everything she's ever written. That's how strongly I feel. This is probably my new favorite author / like best author I've discovered this year. And I'm just, this book, I could not stop talking about this book. I was listening to the audiobook and I would literally not, normally I listen to audiobooks and do other stuff. I didn't do anything. I was sitting down as if I was watching it because I could see it so vividly in my mind. It was so good. So this book followed our main character, Yasmin. And so her and her ex-husband, Josiah, have been separated for, I believe, 2 years. And so we're following them as they're like co-parenting. But then, you know, old feelings and stuff start to come up. And so they're trying to figure out, like, not necessarily is this real, but like, can we really get through the things that tore us apart in the beginning to really come back together? Or, you know, can we not do that? And it was an amazing, beautiful read. I was holding my breath. I felt like I went on this roller coaster with these people. And I was just like, also, listen, Josiah, he a smooth little something, okay? So, yeah. In my mind, the way I'm picturing him, he fine as he want to be. So, yes. And then I read the sequel, This Could Be Us, which followed. So in this book, we're also introduced to Yasmin's two like close friends. And oh my God, the fact that I'm missing their names. Oh, one of them is Soledad. And then I'm forgetting the other one, which is terrible right now. I'm blanking. It's super late, y'all. But so the second book follows one of her friends, Soledad. And then the next book that should come out will follow the third friend. Is how I'm thinking it's going to go. So yeah, these are amazing, addictive reads. So let's get those out the way. And now let's talk about like all of my thrifting books and good finds that I found and stuff. So I have a store near me called Ollies. It's like a bargain outlet store. Let me know if you have that store near you. And so I just always randomly go in there and look around at the book section because you never know what you're gonna find. A lot of times I get cookbooks out of there. But I saw this book and a while ago I wanted to read it and I never picked it up. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And y'all, let me know if you know how to get stickers off without messing up your book, because I feel like I always end up messing up my books, which is why I leave the stickers on some of them, but I don't like the stickers on the books. But anyway, this is The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. by Issa Rae. And I've never read any of her writing, so I was like, and this is a pretty short read. This book is like, let me see, that's acknowledgement. Yeah, this book is like 200 pages, so I feel like I can kind of throw that one down. So, and then I also saw one of my favorite singers of all time, her memoir, Mariah Carey, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, in there, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because I wanted to support her and buy it when it came out, but you know, I was on the struggle bus a little bit, so I hadn't picked it up, and I'm very excited to read this book. So I picked that up from Ollies. Oh, and I should have said this book was $2.99, and then this book was $3.99. So, and then at the dollar store, I saw this book, and I had been thinking about getting this book on Amazon. So I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, for $1. And this was the only copy I saw left in my store. So I was like, yeah, for $1, let me get it. And this is called Lip Theology by Candace Marie Benbow, with a foreword by Melissa Harris Perry. And also when I saw foreword by Melissa Harris Perry, I was like, oh, okay, yep, doing that. And then at the top it says, for church girls who've considered tithing to the beauty supply store when Sunday morning isn't enough. And y'all, I can't explain to you why I feel like I need to read this book, but I just feel like I do. Also, if you don't know, like, I love red lipstick. I don't wear it often. You don't see me in it often, like on the channel, but I love red lipstick. And I feel like red is like my power color. Like when I am like, I really like, just in any way, red lipstick, red nail polish, just anything red, I feel like is my power color, and it just like activates something within me. And I'm like, okay, let's go, let's handle business. So I was like, yeah. And all I know about this really is that it's a collection of essays that's talking about kind of like self-love, and let's see what it says. A moving essay collection promoting freedom, self-love, and divine wholeness for Black women, and opening new levels of understanding and ideological transformation for non-Black women and allies. From the bona fide church girl and educator who created the Lemonade syllabus. What? And I don't know a lot about this lady, so this might cause me to like just look into her a little bit more, just depending on how I feel about the book. But I'm excited to see what I think of it. And then y'all, can we just talk about my whole childhood and just my whole existence? No, my dollar store did not have Judy Bloom books. Y'all, the way I damn near jumped out my skin. I was like, excuse you? And also, I have not read these Judy Bloom books. If you are new to my channel, to the bookish side of my channel, one of my favorite books of all time, it will always probably be on my favorite book list of all time. And I know I talked about it a lot when I first started on Booktube, is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That book means so much to me. Yes, I know a movie came out. Yes, I did go see the movie. I've touched on it before, so you can go back and look at those other videos if you want to see why I'm like getting teary-eyed and stuff. But that book means so much to me. So I was like, Judy Bloom books. And I had previously said, like, at some point I want to like read everything that she's written, because she's written quite a bit. This year I'm actually reading everything Jane Austen has written, even though I'm kind of failing simply because depression is really kicking my ass. But you know, hopefully I can do it. So the first book that I picked up was Deenie by Judy Bloom. And the only thing I really know for this book is that I think the girl wears, I think she wears like some kind of brace or something. That's all I really know about that one. And she's trying to figure out, like, you know, just the struggles of that as a young girl, and like, you know, so. And then this is Blubber. I don't know anything about that one. So it says Blubber is a good name for her. The note from Wendy says about Linda. Jill crumples it up and leaves it on the corner of the desk. She doesn't want to think about Linda or her dumb report on Wales just now. Jill wants to think about Halloween. Okay, so it just keeps going on. Okay, so, you know, in Judy Bloom classic fashion. And then this is Then Again, Maybe I Won't. And this book is actually following a boy. And what is his name? His name is Tony. And I don't think that I like reading from the perspective of like young boys and stuff like that. And I like when authors do a good job with it. Like recently, what comes to mind for me is the New Kid graphic novel series. I love that series so much. I love that kid so much. Like, so I like seeing those representations in literature as well. So yeah, and all of those obviously were $1.25. I feel like I bought another book at the dollar store, but I can't, maybe I didn't, I don't know. And then the book sale that my area normally has. So the year before, let me know if y'all actually want to see the books that I bought the year before, because I planned to show them to y'all and then I never did. And I haven't actually started reading them. So I got to get on that. The year before, I found like a whole bag of books because I went on a day where you could fill the bag up. This year, I didn't find that much that I was like, yeah, I really want that. But I found these four and they're books that I'm like, yes, I really want that. With the exception of this one, my boo actually recommended this to me. And he just, have you ever had somebody recommend something to you and they're like, this is so good, like you need to read this. How have you not read this? And so I'm like, you know, I was kind of like apprehensive, but he just kept talking about it. I could tell he really wanted me to read it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to read it. So this is The Brief, Wondrous Life of Oscar Wao. I don't know how you say that. This is it right here. And the only thing that I know about it is actually really nothing besides the little bit that I'm seeing on the back cover right now. I feel like my boo was telling me something about it, but I don't quite remember. So, but he was just saying that this book was just so good. So I was like, if you feel that strongly about it, like I'm gonna read it. So I got that. And then I also picked up I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai. Oh my God, I don't want to butcher her last name. Shame on me for not knowing how to say it correctly. I've seen some of her speeches and different stuff like that. This is also a book that I've started reading numerous times from the library or listening to the audiobook, and then I feel like I never get through it in time. And I just don't want to keep having that separation as I read it, because when I'm reading it or listening to it, I'm really enjoying it, but maybe I'm moving a little bit slower on it than what I would normally read. And so I feel like it gets, you know, because you're borrowing it from the library. And I just knew that this is a book that I would have wanted to own no matter what. So I picked that up. And, you know, Malala is the young girl who fought back against the Taliban, and she was shot. And I think she won a Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, she did. I was pretty sure she did. So I want to read her story. So I picked that up. And then recently, y'all, I wanted to reread Anne Frank. I haven't read Anne Frank since I was like young. And I'm in my 30s now, like firmly up in those 30s. So for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, I want to reread that again, like as a grown woman. So this is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. And I finally picked this up. I was also looking for this. Now, this book was really hard to find. I was looking for this on Amazon, but the versions I was finding on Amazon, I don't know, it's just like weird pricing and the book looked weird. And so I was just like, I don't know. But to be honest with you, like this is one book that I honestly really want like my own fresh copy of. So I'm going to keep looking around. I haven't even been saying the prices. This book was $3, y'all. This book was $4. This book was $4. Sorry. And then I picked up, this was the most expensive book that I picked up. This book was $6, and it's Michelle Obama's book, The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times. So yeah, this is the last book that I got my hands on, and I'm really excited to read this. I really like Michelle Obama's writing. I like hearing her thoughts on different things. I enjoy like her thoughts on different things. And so I felt like this was a book that I would enjoy. So I picked this up to read as well. And that is everything, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you've been picking up recently, where you've been book shopping at recently. And if there's any book, remember how I was talking about this book. If there's any book that you've read this year that you're just like, that's one of the best things that I've read, let me know, because we got like, what, 6 months left. And so I'm trying to like really pick it up for the last 6 months. So, and if you're looking for something to read, I would highly recommend, if you don't mind romance, I would highly recommend Before I Let Go. Also some trigger warnings for this book though. Okay, there is some mentions of like suicide ideation, miscarriage. What else came up in this book? Those are the two main things I remember. But look up triggers, you know, just to be on the safe side, just so you know what you're getting yourself into. Because I didn't do that ahead of time. And although I was fine, you know, with sensitive subjects like that, sometimes it's just good to know that going into the books. So yeah. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you like the video. It really does help me. It really does help the channel out a lot. And if you want to see more content, please subscribe. I would love to have you back here on the channel, and I will see you very soon in another video.